Welcome back to How Dirty Is, where we get down and dirty with it. The it, in today's case, being bacteria. As I'm sure I have made you well aware, we live our lives surrounded by these interesting microorganisms. But how much did you really know about them? Well, strap right in for 10 wild facts about our microscopic friends and sometimes our enemies. Fact number 1. The oldest life forms. Bacteria are old, and I mean really old. Older than the Nintendo 64, dinosaurs, sharks, even older than plants. In fact, fossils have been found indicating the presence of microorganisms dating back to 3.5 billion, yes, with a B, billion years ago. Imagine getting a primordial sinus infection from these bad boys. Guaranteed a bad time. Fact number 2, lol. Bacterial communication. Did you expect bacteria being able to chat with each other? Well, I certainly didn't. As you might imagine, they aren't using phones or smoke signals to do so. They utilize a process called quorum censoring. The process works like so. Bacteria release small signaling molecules called autoinducers into their local environment. As the bacteria continue to multiply, the concentration of these autoinducers increases. There needs to be enough in the local area to trigger a response. Once that threshold has been reached, the bacteria are then able to recognize the autoinducer molecules. Upon detection, the bacteria activate certain genes depending on what bacterium is producing the molecules. Some actions could be bioluminescence, when life forms create light, or the formation of biofilms. Pretty much anything where the function is better performed as a team, the autoinducers play a part in it. Once enough bacteria have changed their gene expression due to the autoinducers, they sync up and begin to work together as one cohesive unit. This action is essential to the survival and procreation of many bacterial species. Fact number 3. Extremeophiles. Some species of bacteria are extremophiles. As one may deduce with a bit of linguistical knowledge, these bacteria love extreme environments. They can be found in superacidic hot springs, like the one in Yellowstone, or at extremely intense hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean, or the rival political faction of your choosing. The ability of these bacteria to live in such hostile environments show the perseverance of life on planet Earth. Fact number 4. Bacterial electricity. They don't walk. Well, they can kind of talk, but did you know they can also produce electricity? Certain types of bacteria produce electricity through a process known as electrogenesis. Electrogenesis is done via extracellular transfer of electrons across the cell membrane from the bacteria's metabolic process. Quite a mouthful, isn't it? This phenomenon is being studied as a clean energy resource. Maybe Edison was just a giant microbe in disguise. Well, speaking of, fact number 5, giant microbes. No. Not the company Giant Microbes, but you should check them out. They have a great collection to choose from. Anyways, a bacterium by the name of Thiomargarita namibiensis, I hope I said that right, can be seen without a microscope. It forms chains visible to the naked eye that can reach the length of several centimeters. Frankly, I'm glad there's only one bacteria that reaches that size. Imagine coughing that thing out during a cold. No, thank you. Fact number 6. Agar Art. While not really a fact about bacteria itself, this is still a pretty cool concept. The more creatively inclined microbiologists have used bacteria to create stunning works of art. It's pretty crazy to have your paint being something that is alive. Fact number 7. Bacterial Memory. Have you ever walked into a room and forgot what you were there for? Or started a conversation and just... What was I talking about again? Well, anyway, bacteria are actually capable of remembering things. Well, kinda. This is called genetic memory. Bacteria modify their DNA by adding or removing methyl groups. This tends to be done in response to environmental stresses. These modifications are then passed onto the offspring, allowing them to be better adapted to their environment. This can lead to some serious issues for humans. Speaking of, fact number 8, antimicrobial resistance. A pressing issue in the medical field is the rise of antimicrobial resistant bacteria. An example of this is MRSA, a strain of Staphylococcus bacteria that is resistant to traditional antibiotics. This has caused some major issues in hospitals where MRSA can run rampant, as it is extremely difficult to kill. As we continue to overuse antibiotics, this issue will only balloon. Antibiotics are fed to livestock, which can breed resistant bacteria that infects the animals and could possibly be consumed and infect humans, where antibiotics will have very little effect. Fact number 9, gut microbiome. You have your very own special blend of bacteria. Yes, you, all homegrown. These bacteria have grabbed the interest of scientists in recent years for their interesting effects on the human body. They're to be loved and cherished. The bacteria and the scientists. These bacteria help break down nutrients so they can be absorbed by your body. They also help protect against infection. And, most wildly of all, they can even affect your mood. Scientists are still working to uncover all the secrets your little buddies hold and how they affect your life and well-being. This is why, after rounds of antibiotics, it's recommended to consume kombucha, yogurt, or any other probiotic food. It helps replenish the bacteria in your gut after the antibiotics wipe out most of them. Fact number 10, bacterial superpowers. Last, but certainly not least, bacteria have some crazy superpowers. While it may not involve lasers from the eyes or having forks for hands, it's still pretty impressive. Some of these powers include bioluminescence, which, look at it, that looks pretty neat, nitrogen fixation, which is essential to agriculture, and even transforming toxic waste into something harmless. They can consume radioactive materials, PCBs, pesticides, and even oil spills. Leave it to Mother Nature to find a way to clean up after us, her errant children. And that'll just about do it. 10 wild and wacky facts about our tiny pals. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe. Until I find a legion of bacteria to do it for me, I'll be bugging you to do so. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can find me on Patreon as How Dirty Is, or follow my website, which I'm sure is around here somewhere. This has been How Dirty Is, and until next time, stay clean!